I know that you love me. I know that.
But you don't love me.
That's complete.
Do you see you don't? You love the idea of saving me, of being the good guy. I haven't made myself into who I am today to be saved.
I know that.
No,
I
you
just
don't.
wasn't-
You think it's a sacrifice to be with me, and I think I'm worth a little bit more than that. I don't think someone should feel like he's making a sacrifice to be with me.
So we're going to have a family, but we're not going to be one.
Yeah,
You do love me.
entirely.
This doesn't make any sense.
Makes perfect sense, Danny. You just don't see it.
Well, we are our stories, aren't we?
I don't know some of the things I've done.
I just can't stand the idea of being average. But I think that I am. I'm probably average.
No, you're not, please.
No, I am. You know, average weight, average hair, and that's just aesthetics. You know, never mind anything else. You know, average income, average car. Yeah, pretty average.
Tell me about Prince's mom. And how did you meet?
Oh, I don't know. It was such a long time ago, and I doubt I remember.
You okay there, buddy? Well, did you meet in school? I mean, were you high school sweethearts?
No,
What?
no. We had known each other for a long time, and I don't think we were ever able to track down exactly when we met. But her family and parents had owned a house up here since she was small, and you know sometimes they'd spend more time up here than others. I went to school and she went to school. I think we caught sight of each other from moving vehicles for around a decade.
I know, you need your privacy, buddy. But when do you remember meeting her?
I was driving down the hollow in early June. Yeah, it was June. And I used to like to drive by the house. Her parents had this really neat stained glass window on the east side of the house up near the Widow's Walk. And
Bullshit.
No, they
You
did.
drove by because you thought you'd see her.
No, it was...
Yes, you did, please.
Well, I guess there was something a little untouchable about it. But that window
What,
was...
nothing? You had a crush on her.
I hadn't seen her since she was 14.
Ah, ha, yeah, but you remember the last time you saw her was when she was 14.
Well, that's because she had thrown her retainer away in an ice cream parlor. It was sort of a memorable encounter.
Were you there?
Yeah, I worked there. And I had to help her go through the trash. She wasn't supposed to have ice cream because her parents were on some anti-sugar kick, and she didn't want to let them know that she had had it. And she only had just the tiniest overbite. It was so... She was really embarrassed.
Did you find it?
Yeah, we found it.
Are you done yet, buddy? Can I come in? Okay, so later we're driving by her house and...
Okay, well, she's standing out in front of the house and was screaming out of the tree with a can of cat food in her hands. I stopped and parked a couple hundred yards away and watched.
You didn't stop to help her?
No, not at first. I just watched her legs. Shit. Well, anyway, I had to take some paint to Mr. Greenlaw. He's dead now. And on the way back, she's still standing out there, and she pulled a ladder out that was like 8 times her size, you know, one that retracts, you can lean up against the house, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So did you stop?
Well, yeah, I stopped.
Honey, I got your movie. And?
Oh, she was so frantic about the cat, but the look of relief on her face was so...
Very smart boy. You see the round thing that's...
Then she remembered who I was. And it was mortified. All she could remember was that overbite of hers.
Well, the cat?
I got the cat down. I had a few scratches, but I got the cat down.
Do you see what I'm saying? You're a regular knight in shining armor.
She hated her own story.
Oh, Quince, honey. My father was 41, my mother 43. I was 7.